Check this.
Good evening guys, and welcome to another vlog. Today it's a bit of a DIY vlog. So this arrived in the mail a couple of days ago. Pretty sure I know what it is, but we'll just open it up and see. Alright, this is a HID kit for the Lotus. A few little bonus bulbs there. There's nothing in the car that actually uses those, so those are spare and useless. It's the 9005 bulbs, 75 watts, and with a color of 6000K. And I'm assuming that these are the ballasts. I've got a couple of brackets included for mounting, which is pretty handy, and the ballasts themselves. And these are pretty heavy duty, not bad in terms of quality. All right, well, looks like everything's there. In terms of the setup, it should be fairly straightforward. The plug that's in the car should fit straight into this end here of the ballast. And then the output of that will plug into the new bulbs that way and that way. And then pretty much it's a case of replacing the bulb that's in there at the moment with this little guy in here, and then trying to figure out how to make that rubber grommet fit so that it's all sealed in tight. For anyone out there that drives the Lotus, you'll know that the headlights on them are atrocious. They're very bad quality halogen ones that don't really shine very far ahead, so not the greatest for night driving. From what I've read on the internet, these are going to throw a lot more light onto the road and are going to help with the nighttime driving. For anyone that's interested, this kit here came from a company local to Perth, Australia called Delonix Auto. I'll put a link in the description below, and retail is about 90 bucks. We'll give it a shot, and you know what, if it doesn't work, we can always switch back to the original one. Installation should be fairly straightforward. It doesn't require too much more than simple tools. But first, I guess we need to change into our working clothes. Let's cue the music. So we pretty much want to get to this point in here. If we turn the wheel to the inside, we should be right to go. And before all the comments come in, yes, I know it's not good to turn a wheel without moving, but whatever. We're going to do these bolts down here, down the bottom. I think there's ones at the top here as well. Might be one or two up there. We should be able to get that inner cover off. No doubt, it would be a lot easier to take the wheel off, but I actually haven't bought the right jack for it yet. You need a jack with a rubber puck on the top, because underneath here there's no creases where you can actually put those cup jacks on. So we have to make do with what we've got. All right, let's get into it. It just occurred to me that I should probably check that I actually do have spare plugs, just in case I break one. Aha, I have them, all right. So this bad boy back here, that is an 8mm, you require an 8mm socket for that. And then lastly, they've kindly put a bolt through the bottom here. You can see it come through the top, and that is a hex case. This whole inner liner out without wrecking the liner or wrecking the car. So here goes. Hey, look at that. Not too bad actually. Alright, so it looks like if we take this cover off here, there we go. So there's all the bits that we need for the transplant. That's the original bulb. And I'm just looking around for somewhere to secure ballast. Looking in there isn't that much room, but I have spotted a couple of options, but I think I'm going to have to use the little bracket that was included. Alright, so we managed to get the plug out. That plug there should be the one that goes into our ballast. Yep, perfect fits. So now we just got to figure out where to put this damn thing. So there's a bit of a comparison for you guys between the original one and the HID one. So as you can see, if you line them up, very similar in terms of length, and the pattern of the plug is the same. In fact, I might get this one into the car so it's at least protected, and then we get an idea of where the wires are going to be running to the ballast, and we can still figure out where to put that thing. Okay, so it doesn't want to go in easily, I don't know why. Let's just try to put the old one back in. Check out the size of that rubber bit there. See, this one's a lot bigger than that one. Okay guys, well, they're not going to fit. So I'm going to have to go back to the manufacturer and have a chat to them about the different dimensions, which sucks. So yeah, we'll go back to the supplier and we'll pick this vlog up when something new arrives. I'll catch you on the flip side.
2,000 years later.
Alright guys, welcome back. I finally had a chance to go and see the supplier about those bulbs, and it turns out that they were mislabeled. So instead of being 9005 or HB3 bulbs, they were a 9006 and they just had the wrong label on. But they were very good in swapping them out. They apologized, and yeah, no harm done. So good customer service. So these ones here are the new ones. And as soon as I saw them, I could tell they were different because the whole configuration of the wiring is actually a bit different as well. If I can get this unraveled. Because what we have now is actually the plug that comes from the car and the bulb on the same side of the grommet, whereas before this was on the other side. And it was going to make it a bit tricky to wire it in, and it also meant I had to put the ballast really close to the headlight, which, you know, made it a bit tricky in terms of locations for mounting it. But now I have this huge extension cord that can run to the ballast, so I can actually put that pretty much anywhere, which opens up a whole bunch of possibilities. So yeah, these are the right ones. I'm going to take the inner liner back off and we'll pick it up from where we left it last time. Let's go. For those of you playing at home, when you go to take the inner liner out, just a word of advice. You have to lift the liner over this lip at the bottom here in order to get it out. And the best way I've found is to work from the inside and bring it out. And you want to be bending the liner and not the lip. And once you've got that lower lip out, then the rest just comes out nice and easy. Okay, take two. Original plan didn't quite work out. That bolt that we were hoping to use is actually not secured on the other side. So if that falls onto the other side of wherever it is, I'm never going to get it, and it's kind of holding a structural piece together, so we're not going to touch that one. Instead, I've drilled a small little hole just next to it, and we're going to use our own bolt and nut to secure it there. So the ballast is attached to part of the body now, and it's really nice and firm. That's not going to go anywhere. Now we just need to cut a hole in the dust cap, run the wires, plug it all in, put the wheel cover on, and we're all done. Then we have to do the other side. You can either use a hole saw or a sharp knife like I did, and just cut it freehand. Just, I guess, start off small, and if it's too small, then you can always go bigger. You can't go smaller, so be careful, guys. Let's test those lights. Alright, there we go, guys. Well, it works. The LEDs that are on this car, the daytime running lights, they're a little bit yellower than the HIDs I put in. We'll live with it for a while, see if it bothers me. If not, we'll leave it. If it does, we'll change to maybe a 5000 coloured bulb or a 4300 or something like that. Anyway, here's what it looks like, as opposed to the factory light. So they measure up fine, they're still both equal, so that's great. I'll put the inside cover on, turn the car around, and we'll do it all again. I think for this side, when it comes to the dust cap I should say, I'm going to put the grommet in sort of on the side. We're a bit limited in space on this side because there's actually a radiator pipe that's in the way. So if I put the grommet on the side, we've just got a little bit more cable to play with, and that way we can route it through to the ballast a bit easier. That side went on a lot easier than the other side. So now all I've got to do is plug it in, and fingers crossed they both switch on. Alright, here we go, guys, moment of truth. Mission on. And action. It works! How awesome! Wow, that side took about 1/10 of the time of the other side. It's really, the first time you do it, you've got to figure out where you're going to put stuff, how you get stuff off. And being a Lotus, there's really no plug and play kind of kit, so yeah, you got to make it up as you go along. But I'm pretty happy with that. So there we go, guys, that was the DIY install for a HID kit, low beam, and we did it on a Lotus Exige. In terms of the actual kit, the light that they put out is definitely a lot more than the halogens. The startup on these is quite slow. With more expensive HID kits, you'll find that the startup is a lot quicker. But yeah, they work fine, and definitely an improvement on the factory ones. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully it even helps someone out, who knows. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and if you did like the video, give it the old thumbs up. Until next time guys, stay safe and have fun. Ciao.